What's up, everybody? This is Josh here from Basement Level Magic. We are gonna go ahead and do another Magic Origins draft. Hopefully, you all are having a good time at your pre-release this weekend. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it to one, so decided to do a little bit more drafting here at home. Um, Open up a okay pack. A lot of decent role players. Wild Instincts is probably the best card. I think green is a pretty good color in this format, and Wild Instincts is a great way to do creature removal. Talent of the Telepath is great if we wanted to do another one of those mill decks. Not looking to do that this time, though. Thunderclap Wyvern is really good in a white-blue deck, but you don't want to put yourself in that just yet. Knight of the Pilgrim's Row is a decent filler card. Nantuko Husk is very good if you're doing the red-black, but I think we'll take the Wild Instincts. I've had a few decent decks with green in this format, and Wild Instincts is definitely a card that you're looking to pick up with that. Here the Eyeblight Massacre is definitely one thing that you're going to want to look for, or at least look out for. And if we're already in green, we may actually want to look somewhere like that. If you end up getting a lot of elves, it tends to be pretty awesome. Fetid Imp is a surprisingly good card for a 1/2. Cleric of the Forward Order is a good card as well. I think we'll probably just try to stay green for the moment. It's real tough because I think Eyeblight Massacre is really good. And, maybe we could end up in a pretty sweet Elves deck, so... Yeah, I have not actually done an Elf deck, so... Having the non-Elf board wipe seems pretty sweet. I think we should go for it. There's an Elf that we could use, but definitely Wild Instincts is going to be the pick here. It's just easily the best card, easily more powerful. We're not necessarily doing the elves yet, but Wild Instincts, just a card that you're going to use in every green deck. There's another Pharika's Disciple that we definitely like to try to pick up a few of these. Bounding Crisis would be very good for us as well. I think green-blue is really good in this format. It's a great tempo-based deck. Otherwise, you're looking at like a Evolving Wilds, Disperse. These Thornbow Archers come around quite late, so we'll take the Wild Instincts and see where this goes. Well, we've got some elves. Unfortunately, they're in the same pack. Dwynen's Elite is the better of the two, I think. Leaf Gilder is great, and you definitely want it in any green deck just so you can help ramp. And it's an elf, but Dwynen's Elite, if you're actually looking to make it in a true elves deck, you really want some of these because you just get 2 creatures for the price of 1 at 2 mana, and then to go along with this Eyeblight Massacre. I can't guarantee we're going to play this Massacre, but I'd definitely like to. So let's go ahead and try the elves. Oh my gosh. These are just in every pack together, it just seems. We're going to go ahead and take another Wild Instincts, though. These Pharika's Disciple, hopefully we'll see some more. If not, the Wild Instincts is a really good way to even the playing field. Outside of that, Yavimaya Coast could actually be decent for us because we know that we're going to be playing green and it allows us to splash for another color or just be blue. So let's take another Wild Instincts. Ooh. Alright, so a couple good cards here. Elvish Visionary is definitely, if you're looking to do some kind of elf theme, you definitely want that. But it's also a 6th pick Claustrophobia, which is a really good sign for us as far as blue being possibly open. I think it might be time to just move into blue-green here. Eyeblight Massacre is cool, but I don't know how, you know, if we had maybe got one of those gold Shaman of the Pack, that would show us that black-green elves is really there. Ah, screw it. You know, the mill deck worked good for us, and we kind of forced that. We'll see. I'll probably come back to regret that. But right now, you know, green is looking pretty good. There's a Disperse. Evolving Wilds also. Guardian Automaton is good, but we've got a lot of 4-drops already. I think let's grab the Disperse just in case blue does... In case blue actually is open, like it might appear with that Claustrophobia. There's a Talon of the Telepath. We'll just grab that. I don't know if it'll be just good value or what, but we'll grab it. Here, we'll take the Scrapskin Drake. Well, the unfortunate thing is we've got a lot of 4-drops already. So I don't know how much we'd want to actually be in on this Undead Servant plan. So we'll grab the Drake. We're still not saying that we're not going to be black yet, but getting an Evolving Wilds here is actually really good for us. We definitely know that we want to be green, we just don't know what we want to be with it. You know, somebody did pick up those Farika's Disciples, so there is another green drafter. I think at this point I just want to get another creature, so grab me a Automaton. I don't think we're going to be quite the aggressive deck that I was hoping initially with the Elves theme, but if we do, Warhorn would actually be really good for us. So I mean, it's a decent start. We definitely need to get some creatures here. Whether they're green, whether they're black, it doesn't really matter. I just want to get green, black, or blue. Honestly, I think we'd be okay with all of those. I don't know what our second color is going to be just yet. This Eidolon Massacre is just really strong. But I don't think that we have enough blue cards that are strong to say that we're definitely blue either. Well, and then you just open a bomb and think about possibly going into red. You know, sometimes that's just how it works. Otherwise, I guess we could get a 4th Wild Instincts, which I don't know how much good that does to us. Gosh. You know, I don't think we're black or blue right now. I think Pia Kira Nilara is just too powerful. It'd be easily the best card in our pack, or in our deck. We just have to think if we saw... I don't think we saw many red cards come through us, which might mean that we'll actually be rewarded this go around, because maybe somebody will be passing red to us. I don't necessarily need a 4th Wild Instincts right now when all we have is a bunch of kind of crappy small creatures. So let's take the bomb card. And that's kind of rewarded, you know, seeing a Exquisite Firecraft. Otherwise, we definitely like the Bogart Brute. Hitchclaw Recluse is fine. Anchor to the Ether would be good if we were looking blue, but I think it's a decent shot to move into red right now. And there's a Gearcrafter, an Elvish Visionary. Geez, there's just a good card in every color here except for black. You know, Anchor to the Ether is good, Clash of Wills is good, Elvish Visionary, Gearcrafter, Void Mage, and Suppression Bonds. So, a lot of good cards. I think we'll take the Gearcrafter here. And we actually might like this Warhorn now. And we'll bring the Gearcrafter over. Hope to wheel like this Elvish Visionary or Mage Ring Bully. I think we're going to go in on red now. Chandra's Ignition is a very good card. My only issue right now we don't have the card to go with it. It could definitely be like a board wipe. I just wonder if that's kind of where we're looking. Otherwise, Lightning Javelin's good, Elvish Visionary's good. I think Chandra's Ignition is just too good to pass, though, unfortunately. You know, I've got a couple cards I'd really like to get, but that's just too good. So, to start this pack, we've gotten a Pian Kiran, a Exquisite Firecraft as Chandra's Ignition, so 3 rare red cards. And then we get past a Fiery Impulse, Zendikar Incarnate, even Dragon Fodder, Timberpack Wolf, just all very good cards. I think Fiery Impulse is where we want to be with this one. I do want to get more creatures, but I think there's a chance that maybe we see another one of these. If not this pack, next pack. I like the Timberpack Wolf probably more than the Dragon Fodder, but I think let's go with the removal spell for now. And then we'll go ahead and grab a Lightning Javelin here. You know, right now we do need creatures, which is making these Wild Instincts look a little bit kind of scary for us. But let's take the Lightning Javelin. I think that's easily the better card. I would really like to get this Llanowar Empath now that we've seen 2 Eyeblight Massacres. Makes us a little bit foolproof for the elf board wipe. Chandra's Fury might be just better for us right here. Otherwise, Ruined Servitor is a decent 2-drop. And that's actually probably where I think I'm headed. I think I'll look to try to pick up a Fury at some point, look to pick up a Titan Strength as well. Alright, so we have an Evolving Wilds here, Active Treason, which is always good, honestly. It's very rare that I'm not happy to have an Active Treason, actually, so we'll take it. Might of the Masses looks good. We do need creatures. My gosh, we need creatures. We'll go ahead and grab the Hitchclaw Recluse. You know, it's a creature, it's on color, and it costs less than 3. That's about all I'm going for right now. There's a Majoring Bully, luckily for us. We were really needing that. Right now, this Chandra's Ignition is not going to do a ton, but hopefully we'll... Oh, Cobble Brood actually makes it work. Yeah, because you're dealing its power to each other creature, which Cobble Brood would be really good if we hit Cobble Brood into Ignition. Take the Guardians. And you know, that time around we didn't really see a ton of good blue cards, so I feel pretty happy that we moved into red there. Unfortunately, our green didn't really grow, but I feel like we got a decent amount of really good red cards there. Kind of pretty glad that we moved into it. All right, right here we aren't really playing much as far as a artifact package. Somberworld Alpha is awesome. Timberpack Wolf I'd love to see come back, which it never does, unfortunately. Dragon Fodder seems good, but I think we're definitely going between the Alpha and the Chief. We do have the Gear Crafter. We have Pian Kiran, so I guess we do have a decent amount of artifacts. And just getting an all the time +1/+1 is probably better than a once it gets blocked +1/+1. Also, it's just a little bit lower on our curve. We've got a heavy amount of 4-drops already. So let's take the 3-drop and and try that. You know, we're also looking at playing this Warhorn right now, which will give our creatures a little bit more strength. Here's a Leaf Gilder all the way. Fiery Conclusion is fine. We're not exactly looking to throw away our creatures right now, though. Otherwise, Caustic Caterpillar will be a very good sideboard card. Chandra's Fury can be good as a finisher. Foundry of the Councils would actually be really good for us, but I think we need the Leaf Gilder for now. Alright, so I think Rocks Maulers is easily the pick here. Honored Hierarch is just very underwhelming. You'd think that you're going to get it on turn 1 and then attack in, but too many times you don't get that Renown trigger, and you know, if you can't get mana out of him, then you're just pretty bummed that you're actually playing him. Rocks Maulers is going to be one of our top end cards, and you know, can just really hopefully blow out somebody. And now that we have, at least we have a few cards that we'll be able to pair up with Chandra's Ignition in a decent way. Alright, so there's another one of those Bounding Krasis, which I do like, but definitely not our style right now. I think we'll probably just take the Vastwood Gorger. We don't have a ton of large creatures in this deck, and that's one of the best things about playing green, is trying to, you know, just get to those big creatures and put them out there so that people can attack through. Elvish Visionary is a great pickup here. Pretty glad that we didn't stay black, even though I'm seeing some good black cards right now. Just because I don't think that Elves deck was going to come together like I was really hoping it would. So we're either looking at Elvish Visionary or Ramroller. Ramroller is fine. I think Elvish Visionaries can just give us a little bit more game. Just getting in there, getting a card draw. And I think those are harder to come by than a Ramroller. there's a Shaman of the Pack that I was just thinking of how I was glad we hadn't seen one yet. But I mean, we do have an Evolving Wilds, so who knows, maybe we might splash black actually here. So we'll go ahead and put that in the sideboard. I'm not really looking to play a Fire Fiend Elemental or Cobble Brute in this style of deck. I feel like most of our cards are a little bit better than both of those right now. I'm not a huge fan on the Cobble Brute, but if there's a chance that we can play this Shaman with a decent amount of elves, I say let's go for it. Alright, and so I did find a Fire Fiend Elemental anyway to replace our Cobble Brute with. I don't like Cobble Brute. I don't think it's very good. It's a 5/2. You know, it dies to nearly every creature in this whole set. So we'll take the Elemental. Alright, so you know, still getting rewarded for moving into red there in that second pack. I think we'll definitely go with the Gear Crafter here. I like Dragon Fodder, and I think it'd be good in this deck. But I think Gear Crafter pairing it up with the Chief of the Foundry, and you know, just being able to fly over is going to be the way that we want to be. Holy cows! I was just saying how this doesn't come back around, but you know, unfortunately, we don't have other Timberback Wolves to make it real exciting. So at this point, I might actually take a Prickle Boar. You know, we've got a decent amount of low drops right now. We probably don't need the Act of Treason in the main deck. That'll be a really good card that we can bring in if we need to from the sideboard. And Prickle Boar might just be the finisher that we're looking for. You know, on your turn to be able to do Prickle Boar and Chandra's Ignition could be awesome. I'm tempted to take another Act of Treason, just as a good. I mean, we already have one, and I don't know how many we'll actually want to play. So I probably should just take a card that, you know, diversifies my sideboard a little bit. Alchemist Vial, being able to get in and stop one of their big creatures or stop their blocker. I think Chandra's Fury is definitely the card we want here. I don't think we're going to main deck it yet. but we'll take a look at our cards as we get to the end here. Screeching Scab, I'm not really worried about either of those cards, but Touch of Moonglow can take out one of our better cards. We'll get this removal spell out of here. Get rid of the Vine Snare. Alright. So we ended up not getting, no 1-drops, which is, typical in this format. As far as our artifact package, we actually ended up doing pretty good. We've got the Pia and Kiran, our Guardian Automaton, which I'm not sure if we'll play right now. 2 Gear Crafters, the Chief of the Foundry, and the Ruined Servitor. I don't know if this is a Majoring Bully deck. If I had a few more pump spells, I would maybe look more into it. If it were more like a Valley Dasher from, I think that was Khans, where it comes in with haste and attacks each turn, I would definitely be more inclined to play it. I don't think it's where we want to be right now, though. And, I really don't know that we need this Hitchclaw Recluse. I think I'd rather have something like a Vaspa Gorger or Prickle Borer, one of these bigger cards. The Recluse is just really good at, gumming up the ground. The other thing that I'm looking at is possibly not the Fire Fiend Elemental, but, the 1/4 with Reach, it does a lot more work than you think it does. Plus it just comes in earlier. Yeah, I think we could definitely just get rid of another higher mana cost creature. We'll go ahead and separate these out. Just make sure this is really where we want to be. We've got some good removal. We've got probably one of the better pump spells in the format with Might of the Masses. Exquisite Firecraft and Lightning Javelin to hopefully finish him off. Challenger's Ignition if things get out of control for us. We've got our Elves package, which hopefully we can get Dwynen's Elite after, say, a Leaf Gilder or Elvish Visionary. Yeah, I think this looks good. Combine these. Go ahead and add the lands. And I think I actually want more, just slightly more forests than mountains, just because all of our 2-drops that we want to be playing are green, so we want to get our green mana first. We do have double red on a few of them, but I want to have that green land first, and then we'll work our way. Exquisite Firecraft isn't something I'm looking to play extremely early in the game. Pia and Kiran I definitely do want to, but there's only one of those. And then Chandra's Ignition is a card that you don't want to draw right away early in the game either. So I think getting the green mana is definitely what we're looking to do, so that's why I'm going to go a little stronger on our green. And I will go ahead and see you in round 1. This is Josh with Basement Level Magic. If you enjoy this, go ahead and click that like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in round 1.